Your community just approved a $400,000 road repaving project. The contractor's hired, timeline looks clean, and then 3 weeks in, residents are furious. The board's fielding angry calls, and nobody can agree on what was supposed to happen. The engineering was fine. The project management, that's a completely different story. If your HOA, condominium association, housing community, apartment property is facing major capital improvement, a roof replacement for instance, HVAC overhaul, road repaving, clubhouse renovation, whatever, what you're about to hear could save your community tens of thousands of dollars and an enormous amount of conflict. Because the number one reason large-scale projects go sideways has nothing to do with the contractor and everything to do with what happens before, during, and around the project. Today we're pulling back the curtain on what a properly managed capital project actually looks like and why most communities don't see the real risks until it's too late. Here's what most boards don't realize. A major capital project isn't just a construction job, it's a governance event, a legal event, a financial event, and a communications event, all happening at the same time. Before a single shovel hits the ground, your community needs an independent engineering consultant, someone with no financial relationship with any bidding contractor to assess scope, validate specifications, and protect the community from being oversold or underserved. Most boards skip this step or don't know it exists. That decision alone can cost communities significantly more than the consultation would have. And that's just the starting line. Parking restrictions, utility shutdowns, construction noise during working hours, temporary loss of amenities. Each of these sounds manageable in a board meeting. Each of them becomes a full-blown crisis when residents feel blindsided. There's an entire infrastructure of resident communication that has to be engineered alongside the physical project. And the sequencing, the tone, the timing, and the documentation of that communication matters more than most boards ever anticipate. When it breaks down, you don't just have unhappy residents, you have liability exposure, board recall threats, and projects that stall mid-completion. The communities that get this right aren't just lucky, they have a structured process built specifically around the way residents respond to disruption, and most boards have never seen that process in action. Every major capital project has two timelines, the one on paper and the real one. Permit delays, material lead times, contractor scheduling conflicts, weather contingencies, scope changes discovered during construction. These aren't surprises to an experienced project manager. They're predictable variables that have to be planned before the project begins. What we see repeatedly is boards approving a project timeline in good faith, communicating that timeline to residents, and then finding themselves in an impossible position when reality diverges from the plan. Managing that gap between what was promised and what's happening is one of the most underestimated skills in community management, and it requires experience that simply can't be improvised. Large-scale capital projects are some of the highest stakes decisions your community will ever face. The margin for error is thin, and the consequences, financial, legal, and relational, can follow a community for years. If your board is approaching a major project, or if you're not sure whether your community reserves and processes are actually ready for one, that conversation is exactly where to start. There's a lot more to unpack than most boards realize, and the earlier you have the right guidance, the better the outcome. At ManageMax, we know that effective community management is built on transparency and systematic excellence. We provide full-service HOA and condominium management across Southeast Michigan, handling everything from accurate financial reporting to proactive maintenance. Our goal is to reduce the burden on your board while protecting your property values. If you're looking for a partner who values accountability as much as you do, visit us at managemaxproperties.com. Let's build a stronger community together.